My actual first guitar was a ukulele because that was
Okay.
$3 over at the local pharmacy. And I got home and I pulled out that little instruction sheet and it had three chords. Well, I knew there was more than that from the accordion. So I started
Okay.
looking, for everything else. And so my first guitar lessons are really me trying to decipher the way the fretboard works by knowing how the accordion worked.
Okay. So your mind was sort of translating it or
I think the one thing
transferring it.
I put a capo up here so you can hear it. That's what the ukulele sounds like.
Yes, it does.
And so you learn this chord and this one and this one. And then after that, I was on my own. So uh, it's kind of funny, if you think about that, because there's a whole thing of did you take lessons or were you self-taught? And the answer is yes. Because
Okay.
my accordion lessons are showing up in the way I'm teaching myself.
I see. Yeah.
So I think all of us are responsible for teaching ourselves, for making sense of what we've been offered, I guess I would say. And so
Right.
I remember my first big thing, I could play the scale because I knew there was such a thing. And I learned how to play Lady of Spain, the big accordion
Nice.
solo. So it was a hot number back then. I think the other thing that I gained at that point, and I would hope this for every musician, is at some point, no matter how much instruction you're given, to at some point take ownership of what you're doing. You need to make sense of it for yourself and all of that. And that's what I was doing when I was 11 or 12 years old. So
Nice. Well, okay. So you played accordion and you played ukulele. When did guitar come into your life?
I think I was about 13 when
Okay.
so 11 to 13 I was ukulele, and then I just saw that the guitar was way cooler. I had
Oh,
played a few chords, but the guitar was not a hot ticket back then. That's the vintage I am. If you can imagine, this is before folk music and rock and roll and all that. There
okay.
were guitars out there, but you could go to a music store and they may or may not have a guitar, if you could imagine that.
Wow. No,
So
I can't.
the first guitar I had was too big for me, so I didn't play it much. But then I found one that was 3/4 size, a Gibson, and
Okay.
that one really made sense because I could reach around it and play things. And so I found a teacher. My teacher was a high school choir director who played
Oh,
guitar on the weekends in a club, so he knew, all this stuff, knew that kind of stuff.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
he knew I was listening to Chet Atkins records because I discovered that. That's the thing I wanted. I said, "Can somebody show me how to play like Chet Atkins?" And what did he
Ah.
say? When you figure it out, you show us.
Oh.
Because it was still a mystery. There was no YouTube and all that stuff that we kind of take for granted right
It
now.
was just what you heard on the radio.
That's right. Yeah. And I also, and I just same in the same spirit of playing along with the ukulele. Let me see. One of the songs that was on that first Chet Atkins album was called Fingerstyle Guitar, and there were a lot of amazing pieces on it. But one of the things that was on it was him playing a fingerstyle version of Glowworm. And so what I
Oh,
tried to do, I could tell, from the accordion, you can hear this and you can hear that. So I can
sure.
hear the layers in the way Chet played. So this is me
Okay.
playing along with Chet Atkins. And meanwhile, he was just ripping along. But at that point, I knew
Oh,
I was deciphering it piece by piece.
okay.
And so later on, I kept listening, and I couldn't get it all, but I got a lot that way. So I'm probably 14 or 15 when I'm doing that. And then by the time I'm 15, um, a friend of mine got a marimba for Christmas,
Okay.
and he got his picture in the paper for unusual Christmas presents.
Yeah, I guess that would be.
And a steel guitar player saw the picture, and he said, "I know a Hawaiian restaurant that would hire us if you know a guitar player." And I was the only guitar player he knew.
Oh,
so,
wow.
so the three of us get together and rehearse and learn three songs from the steel guitar player who knew lots of Hawaiian music. We go audition, And I remember the restaurant owner saying, "You guys are great. Can you start tonight?" And
Wow.
it's like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So
Wow.
we're going out to the parking lot, and I said, "Well, we got time to learn some more tunes." And this guitar player says, "We don't need any more tunes. We're going to go get matching shirts. We're keeping
Oh,
this gig." So we went shopping for Hawaiian shirts. So
oh, that's funny.
my first gig, I would be doing like da D7 da 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 G da 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 like that. And he'd be
Yeah.
calling out the chord names, and I'd be trying to keep up. And
Wow.
after,
Talk about playing on the fly.
oh, I know it. Well, that you on job training. One of the things that happened is I became a real band member. You learn how to play with the rest of the band, good
Hmm.
time.
Hi, if you enjoyed this video, then you're going to love John's entire interview. You can listen at the link down below, and you may want to look at the other videos here on my YouTube channel. And as I like to say, play on.